6:41, just about get to the gym. I actually got my pass back to Axiom. I haven't been there since March, so it's my old stomping grounds. Oh, you don't. It's not a picture. This is a video.
What? It's not a picture?
No.
I'm Kyle.
Hey, Kyle.
I work at this desk now.
No, man, this is like a power row. Kyle,
What does that
Jake,
sticky note say right there?
Miles.
Just show Miles.
It's spelled incorrectly.
Yeah.
You mean this one?
Yeah, this is
Hold on.
right?
Corbin?
Ooh, dirty.
That's what it says. That's what it says. Garbage can.
Done.
What is up? It is day 50. That means we are halfway through the 100-day challenge. That means in 50 days, I don't have to do these every night, and you don't have to watch these every night. But man, reflecting back, I've learned a ton in these 50 days. I've really been hitting it hard with trying to kind of immerse myself in motivational information. Just listening to podcasts pretty much all day, books on tape, reading books, studying a lot of the materials that ClickFunnels has put out, and kind of keeping track of the real big golden nuggets that hopefully I can use later on and now. And so that's been awesome. Doing the affiliate stuff, and that's actually starting to gain traction finally. I think it really took I had a conversation with Brandon last week, I think on Friday, and I mentioned it, but he just told me, like, sometimes you just have to ask. That's what it takes, is not being afraid to ask. And I'm not a very good salesman. There's a test out there that Tony Robbins does called the DISC test, and there's DISC, and the D is like, I guess kind of like dominance and those types of things. I'm super low on that. I'm not very pushy, and so like maybe that's just a mental thing, but I don't feel I'm a very good salesman because like I'm afraid to ask, and it's like, oh, you know what? Oh, you're gonna pay $10? Well, I'll give it to you for $5, like, because I'm a nice guy. Like, I suck at selling. But the conversation I had with Brandon last week was just like, just ask. Don't be afraid to ask someone to do something or to buy something, and it's been awesome because it's actually working. So thank you, Brandon, for that piece of advice. And I learned a ton over these 50 days. It's good to reflect back, and I think the people I've been taking the most information from is obviously Russell Brunson and all the information he's put out, whether it's his books or his Marketing Secrets podcast. Also, Stephen Larson. If you guys don't know who Stephen Larson is, you should. He is the freaking man. And so been listening to a lot of his stuff and following, what he's doing, and it's awesome. And then Alex Sharfin, he has the Momentum podcast. Dave Woodward, the Funnel Hacker Radio, and he also does a lot of Facebook Lives that he drops some pretty good gold nuggets in there, or good sayings. Like the other night, he used a line that was like, you have to be able to give people enough rope. He was talking about letting people learn on their own. He's like, you got to give people enough rope to either climb up or to essentially hang themselves. Like they're either going to climb or fail. And so, I really enjoyed that, and I enjoyed, a lot of the other things that he's put out there as far as like starting and stopping and starting and stopping and starting over. And then who else? Oh, Gary Vaynerchuk, always love that guy, love listening to him. And then, that's really it as far as motivational, inspirational. Just been trying to get through a lot of books. I think I'm going to go more towards Yankees are leading the Indians 3-2 entering the 7th. But I think I'm going to start doing a lot more books on tape because I think, I said it on here in the very beginning, I don't like listening to books on tape because I don't feel I retain as much information. But the ability to throw it on 2x speed and just cruise through it and then listen to it twice. And then it was insane, the amount I was able to get out of the book, The Compound Effect. And so I'm going to be doing that a lot more. I signed up for Audible just because, I think for some reason I'm able to retain it better now. But 50 days in review, 50 more to go. Hope you stick around with it. I think the goal, I'm going to start hitting the affiliate thing as hard as I can, really. Hopefully, my goal is to make $1,000 total by the end. It's not a ton, but, $1,000 in 100 days is a lot to some people. And, it's only $10 a day, but if I can make $1,000 in 100 days, and then, that's kind of recurring revenue or cash flow going forward because people are signing up for these trials and ClickFunnels, then it's $1,000 every couple months that I'm going to have. So thanks for tuning in, you guys. Thanks for sticking with me these 50 days so far. We'll see you on the next one, or gee, money, I'm throwing out things all over, but see you on the next 50. I'm pumped. Yeah, take it easy.